Hello, welcome to Pretty Up. Today we are going to see some sample questions related to pedagogy. As you all know, the word pedagogy means to lead the child. Pedagogy is the study of teaching methods. And some of very important questions like the use of technology to enhance learning process is called ICT in education. And the scoring gate used to evaluate the quality of students is called rubrics. As people grow older, the speed of learning declines. So these are some questions which you should know, the words, the terms that you should know. Rubrics. And according to Emile, the noblest work in education is to make a reasoning work. Teachers should present information to the students clearly and in an interesting way and relate the new information to the things students already know. So these are the points which you should keep in mind, and we are moving to the sample questions. So think about it and try to answer it. Which of the following indicators is considered as one of the national agenda indicator that will help to verify that the UAE developed a first-rate education system by 2021. So here are 4 options, but I am introducing you to the answer, the correct answer. What will be the national agenda? The percentage of students with high skills in Arabic according to the national test. High skills in Arabic is given most important priority compared to other options which is given. So you have to opt the percentage of students with high skill in Arabic according to the national test. Now moving to the second question. Which of the following test results is utilized as a national indicator to measure achievements of the UAE National Vision in Education by 2021? Which test is it? It's CHIMS. Question number 3. What does the UAE Ministry of Education Vision focus by 2021? Can you guess what is it? It is innovative education for a knowledgeable, pioneering and global society. This means we all should be aware of the national agenda by the Ministry of Education by 2021. So they are aiming at an innovative education for a knowledgeable, pioneering and global society. Now next question. Which of the following statements represent the definition of efficiency as one of the core values in the Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct in the UAE? So, using the available resources with the scope of the work. That is the most appropriate answer for the questions. Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct in UAE's session 1 according to the topic. So these are some questions coming from those areas. Now move to the next question. Some students struggle to derive scientific rules based on their observations. Which of the following skills will be most effective in helping the students concept with the generation rule? What could be the answer? Conduct some basic thinking process such as sequencing and classification. Sequencing and classification can help the child to derive the concept according to their observation. Now moving to the next question. Which one of the following statements regarding the stability of individual differences is the most valid? The differences in individual differences in cognitive traits is greater than the stability of individual differences in emotional traits. Did you get that point? The differences in the individual differences in cognitive traits and the emotional traits, it is greater in cognitive traits, it's greater than emotional traits. So this is about individual differences coming from those areas of our syllabus. Now moving on to the 7th question. The student performs better when stress is within the normal limit. Now, middle school students should transition to an abstract thinking level as they progress. What is the ideal technique that teachers can use to support students' abstract understanding? What will be the technique? Provide concrete and interactive learning experience that help students to construct knowledge. Now see, all these questions we can answer with our practical knowledge in the classroom. So here are 4 options, and you can pick out one option which you think is the most suitable one, and don't wait for the exact proper sentence to see. Just select the most appropriate statement, and almost all questions you can answer from your practical knowledge. Even though we have to go through the topics, practical knowledge is also much important. Now moving to the next question. In a lesson about energy resources, which of the following objectives is at the level of evaluation according to Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive objectives? What will be the answer? Defend the importance of replacing non-renewable resources of energy with renewable resources. Importance of replacing non-renewable resources of energy with renewable resources. The question was related to the level of evaluation according to Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive objectives. So this answer is related to the non-renewable resources of energy with renewable resources. Hope you understood. Moving on to the next question. A teacher differentiates classroom activities to include audio, visual, and performance activities. By doing so, the teacher takes into consideration the individual differences among the students in the terms of their what? Learning styles is the answer. According to their learning styles is the answer. Now, which part of the scientific content does the statement metal conduct heat and electricity represent? Which part of scientific content? It's the generalization. Answer is generalization. Which of the statement below is the best description of what we call learning style? What is learning style actually? The way in which each learner prefers to learn. That's called learning style. The way in which each learner prefers to learn is called learning style. So, this is a very important question. What is learning style? Now moving on to the next question. Which of the following teaching objectives need to be rephrased? What will be rephrased? The student should recognize the reasons behind. The student should recognize the reasons behind. Now, okay, all these questions, even though it's from our syllabus, we should be able to identify what is those particular answers, because the answers and the options looks little bit tricky. Now moving on to the next question. If a group of students made unusual suggestions to the solution of the problem, what should the teacher do in the situation? What should a teacher do in the situation? If a group of students is making unusual suggestions, accept the unusual ideas and listen to them to encourage students to give more ideas. We should accept unusual ideas and listen to them. Now moving to the next question. Which of the following questions is most appropriate to develop students' skill of analysis and prediction? What will be the answer? Imagine the population of Dubai increased to 5 million people. What problems would occur. List the problems, classify them, and provide solutions. And this is an example option which was given to the question. And this is the proper option that you should select. Which of the following statement is true regarding the use of classroom walls to display information and student work? Answer is only a part of the classroom wall should be used to display information and student work in order to avoid the risk of fire spreading. Got it? This is very important because this is coming from students' safety and security. Moving on to the next questions. Which of the following statements best described blended with teaching? Teaching a range of subjects at the same time is the correct option. Now moving on to the next question. The result of student intelligence assessment confirmed that a student is of an average ability. The student learner skill concept and instructions. We failed to learn to read and write numbers. Despite intensive practice, what is most like cause of the student's problem? What will be the problem? In just a word, what can we define it? The student have learning difficulties. That is the correct answer. Now moving on to the next question. When a teacher asks the class to work in a great group in a task, GAT, gifted and talented child, asked the teacher if she could work alone. What is the teacher's best response? Answer is to explain the student that they will learn from group work of skill beyond task completion when they work alone. See, this is a question like GNT, gifted and talented student, asked the teacher that can she work alone, which shows that she can complete the work faster. What should a teacher explain to them? The teacher should explain what they will learn, the skills that she can learn if she works in a group rather than completing the work earlier. So these are some situational questions that you can easily answer from your practical knowledge teaching in UAE. So these are some of the questions that I would like to introduce to you, and in the coming series we will move on to some more practical questions. And hope you all like the video. If you like the video, just comment and share. Thank you.